Oh my God, it's worded so harshly.
Oh no. Oh God.
But do you know the best way to kill someone and not serve prison time?
Okay, here it is first.
Who's your least favourite co-star?
No, I'm gonna try it, because why the hell not? Why not get cancelled on a Wednesday morning? Do you know what I mean?
I'm Charithra Chandran.
And I'm Sebastian Croft.
And today we're with PopBuzz and we're going to be grilling each other about our new film.
How to Date Billy Walsh.
Out on April 5th on Prime Video.
Media train.
Okay, Bash, you ready?
I'm not. I feel like you're gonna actually grill me.
Ready to be grilled, yes.
Ready.
Okay. What's your favourite memory of us working together on the film?
My favourite memory is doing the food fight scene and the bit where we're running out afterwards. We did like a few versions of it and then like actually just pissed ourselves laughing.
Yeah.
When I was watching the film last night, I was like, that was very wholesome.
You were so chivalrous. It's like a really valiant scene as well, the food fight.
It comes across, I think, much cooler than it actually was, because the reality was there was a hair and makeup person like pinning spaghetti into my hair so it didn't move too much between scenes, and then like wasps, like there's definitely some takes of me going like that. It's not so cool. What was your favourite scene?
The prom scene is really special because it is the culmination of the film.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, these two best friends, these two soulmates coming together.
Yeah.
And everybody was there and it was just a really joyful occasion, I think.
And it kind of like kicks off and finishes the film.
Yeah.
Because you start at the end.
Oh yeah.
Full circle. Like an onion. Amelia and Archie's favourite film is Night of the Living Dead. But what is your favourite film of all time?
My go-to answer tends to be My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's so funny. The performances are brilliant. It's nothing fancy, but I love it. I watch it like every 3 months.
Really? My favourites, it's like less cool because they're not as old, but I really looked up to like that era of like Lady Bird, Little Women, Call Me By Your Name, and actually Greta Gerwig's earlier film, Frances Ha.
Oh yeah.
Is just like so good.
So good.
And so natural and so engaging for like a black and white film. It's sick. Oh, you're the next question.
Oh.
Trying to keep things going, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, Amelia and Archie have some hilarious nicknames for each other, but do your friends in real life have any nicknames for you?
There's lots which we can't say on camera. No, I have a nickname which is Bash, which I think when I was younger I couldn't say Sebastian, so I used to say Bastion. And then Bash became a thing. And like, I don't know, I've had a strange relationship with Bash. There's been parts of my life where I've been like, that's sick. And then there's been times where I've been like, oh my God, so embarrassing. And no, I think I like it.
How do you introduce yourself to new people? Or does it depend on the environment?
So that depends, and actually, fun story, it was Aisling B's birthday recently.
Name
and
drop.
yeah, I'm friends with the stars.
He's friends with the
and
he has friends, guys.
I got invited very last minute, which obviously I was like, honoured to be like invited at all. But they said when they were discussing it in the group chat, they were like, guys, we should invite Seb. And the other person was like, I don't know who this Seb is, but she's never spoken about Seb. Like, let's just keep it, you know, small. And then the other person was like, no, we should invite Bash. She loves Bash. She's like, I've never heard of Bash. And then they were like, Seb is Bash. So sometimes it's confusing.
Sebastian, I think, is it's like one of my favourite boys' names.
Oh.
Because I think, like, you can be Sebby when you're little, Seb when you're a teenager.
I hate Seb.
Sebastian,
I don't know what it is.
Really?
Yeah. How about you? Any nicknames?
So this is the thing.
The double C.
The double C. So I get called CC now.
Do you?
Which is really cool. I do like it.
CC.
CC, exactly. Let's
If you're CCing her
CC.
into an email.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But like, I've had so many and they've all been really bad. I've had Cherry, which...
That's cute.
No.
And you have like
Chatty.
a cherry personality, like
thank
bitter. No, sweet.
Yeah, really sour.
Yeah.
C squared.
C squared, that's more effort than just saying
I
Charithra.
know.
I feel like a nickname should be...
A shortened version.
Yeah, like an easier. I like Charithra, it's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Don't mess with the programme.
Thank you.
How to Date Billy Walsh has an incredible soundtrack. It actually does.
It really does.
Like, my
Mad.
jaw was on the floor when I first heard it. But what song reminds you of being at school the most?
There's like Hot and Cold by Katy Perry.
Oh, banger.
When I was in year 7, like Low by Flo Rida. Like all the songs they would play at discos.
Okay, this is showing our
age. My age. And those were like the ringtones that you'd have.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
On your iPhone, like you'd want to
download a cool
personalize
ringtone.
a ringtone.
My alarm clock, which woke me up this morning, is from Easy A. Well, it's not.
And I got back up. Yeah.
I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love and another it's all mine. Which is a great song until it wakes you up at 7 in the morning, and then it's the most annoying song ever. Take me away.
Take me away. Yeah. Do you sing? Like you're just in bed and then just get up. That's when you get up.
No, it's that thing about you're dreaming and you're like, what is that sound? And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's a pocket full of sunshine.
Okay, next question. Oh my God, it's worded so harshly.
Oh no. Oh God.
Archie is tragically in love with Amelia.
Tragic. It is tragic, to be fair.
God, that's so harsh, guys.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. And at one point attempts to woo her with a very grand romantic gesture. But in your opinion, what is the best way for someone to tell their friends that they like them? Have you ever fancied a friend?
Guys, we're going so deep. So best way to woo, I mean, I think if it's the right person, it doesn't need to be big. I actually think smaller things.
I think big is really overwhelming.
I learned from a friend of mine that getting a present at the times you're supposed to get presents, like a birthday or Christmas, is nice, but there's something about getting a present when it's unexpected. Like this friend of mine will like send me flowers for like, I did a great audition, I was really happy with it. And like no one else knows in the world that like that's a moment for you and like they celebrate it. And so I think like, I always think like small gestures. I'm also like a bit of an old school romantic, and like a little note or like a little flower goes a long way, guys. It goes a long way. And then have I ever been in love with a friend? I guess so. I guess like, I think most good relationships are really good friendships as well. Do you know what I mean?
Agreed.
Never been stuck in that place where you're like friends with someone that you really fancy. I don't think.
It must be so painful.
How about you?
But I have to say, one of my friend's boyfriends, so sweet. He does this thing where he hides a 1p coin in her room, and every time she finds it, he'll buy her a bouquet of flowers and then re-hides the coin.
That is very cute.
It's so sweet, right?
That's so sweet. The most, I think, or maybe not the most romantic thing, but I was really proud of myself for this one. I like designed an escape room. So
that is so fine. No, that is a big gesture.
I like bought some like lock boxes and like a like fake book that had a safe in it. And that wasn't even the present, that was just like find the present.
That's really fun.
Thank you.
What's the best way to tell someone that you like them, a friend that you like them?
That you like them.
I think, but what you said about simpler the better,
Yeah.
like don't go for the big gestures. Those are really overwhelming and I think pressurizing sometimes.
Yeah.
I think...
Guys, cancel the mariachi band.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that would be nice. Don't cancel it. I think genuinely sit them down, have a private conversation, and just lay your cards on the table.
Lay your heart out. It is hard though.
And decide whether you would be happy to be friends. Like if they say no.
Would you still be happy to be friends?
And decide that beforehand or after, but take time.
Because I think one thing I realised about this film is Archie basically spends most of the film doing everything other than telling Amelia that he likes her.
Puts so much effort,
and like
money,
it's actually
everything.
the hardest thing to do. To just be honest.
And it's the only thing you need. And there's no pressure to persist a friendship. You have to protect your heart. You treat them with kindness and respect.
Yeah.
But like you need to do what you need to do to protect yourself. I don't understand how you could go back to just normal.
Being friends.
With time you could, but immediately.
There have been some incredible teen shows and movies recently, like The Summer I Turned Pretty, The Kissing Booth, and Heartstopper. What teen show or film were you obsessed with growing up?
Growing up, I was way too young for my mum to be showing me these, but I loved Buffy.
Okay.
I was like 4 years old watching
Vampire
The Vampire Slayer reruns. But I loved Giles, the librarian. He was like one of my first crushes.
Nice.
Does that count as in that vein?
Yeah,
but I love
think
Gossip
so.
Girl. Oh
Gossip
my God,
Girl,
Gossip
okay.
Girl, loved it.
Did you do like Twilight or?
Loved Twilight.
Yeah.
I devoured the books and then like watched 3 films and then I
think we have different.
Life went on.
You're like read the book and then watch the movie, whereas I'm watch the movie, buy the book, but never read it.
Hey, but you have decoration for your bookshelf.
Yeah, I've got great bookshelves. Have they ever been read? No.
They will be in the future.
Do you know what? I only watched the first one, but To All the Boys.
That's a really good film.
I may or may not have like actually got quite emotional watching that.
I think it's a really brilliant film.
Yeah.
If you had to cast me in any type of film or series,
I wouldn't.
what would it be and what character would I play?
I think, to any casting director out there, Charithra Chandran would make a great Bond villain. Like,
because I'm so evil.
No, but like, you're so sweet and lovely. and then so intelligent and so like
Oh my
on
God.
it that I'd love to see what you do with like a darker.
Thank you. I'd love that too.
Well, actually, Charithra spent a lot of time talking about how she is convinced she'd get away with murder, which she would just for being sweet anyway. But then I think she actually probably could like
I think
hide
I'd take
and
it as a
dissolve the body
challenge.
and yeah.
Like I'd really think about
Yeah.
it, plan it out.
You'd be like,
study
I
the
know,
legal system,
like buy small bits of
loopholes.
different
But do you know the
liquids that will
best way
dissolve
to
the body and
kill someone and
I'm-
get a not serve prison time?
Okay,
Run them
here
over
it
with a
is,
car and
Oh.
act like it's an accident. You never serve jail time for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to know. I love the way you went, yeah.
You never serve jail time because then it's manslaughter, but then you cry and you go.
See, you've not done this well because
Now
now
I've
when
touched,
you
yeah.
when you accidentally like Chandran kills 3 people
No.
who were all her exes in car accident. That's amazing. You learn something new every day.
But for you, what I'd cast you in, I think I'd love to see you in an action role.
Oh my
I'd
god.
love to see you in like a high intensity,
Yeah.
like a Jason Bourne,
Okay.
Mission Impossible vibe.
Yeah,
I
thank
think you'd
you.
nail it, and I think you'd surprise everybody, and you'd work really, really hard.
Look, Billy Walsh is a silly film, but I had to do a lot of stunts.
You had to do, and you like did not complain.
I got hung
at all.
upside down
Yeah.
with a half-shaven head off a rugby post. Well, that's it, but that's pretty traumatic. I got hung upside down with a half-shaven head off a rugby
You got
post,
so
pushed
much
off a
crap
wall, hit on the
thrown at
head.
you.
Like
You had to
every
do
day, I was
kicks.
getting like really abused. They paid me to just abuse me for 6 weeks. A lot of food was thrown at me, but basically, this is a long way of saying that to me was like Tom Cruise doing his own stunts, and I loved it.
We're starting the rumour now. Sebastian Croft for James Bond.
No, you can't say that.
Does that mean you'll not get cast? Is that what it is?
No, but
Apparently
it's like,
if you're
look,
in the news as James Bond.
You won't get it,
You won't
100%.
get it.
Well, look, I'm a huge Bond
Sorry,
fan.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I know. I'm a huge
He's
Bond
great.
fan, and I think Bond has to be someone
Yes,
like under
you
the
and your dad.
radar.
Yes, love Bond.
Like
yeah.
to the point where I don't think I'd ever want to play Bond just because.
You love it so much.
Like I don't think I'm right enough for it. As a fan, I'd be disappointed if I was cast. Do you know what I mean?
back you. I back you. I think you'd be so charming. You're so suave.
Okay, well look, you can be the villain, and I'll be Bond.
There we go.
That sounds great. Barbara Broccoli.
Yeah,
We're here.
Barbara Broccoli, come on.
Okay. Maisie Peters is the star performer of the June Ball, which is in our film, and just how exciting.
It's so great.
I was a huge Maisie Peters fan before the film.
I've never seen someone more excited in their life.
Well, it was also just like, not niche, but like, Maisie Peters really was the artist that I listened to in a very personal way. And she's like, her soundtrack is so perfect for like a teen rom-com.
It's perfection. Like
It's so good.
It's such a good fit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we
We
what's
love
the word,
her.
divulge, or we dive when you go off track? You go on a tangent.
Tangerine.
I'm very dyslexic,
Thank
guys.
you.
Maisie Peters is the star of the June Ball, but if you could invite any musician to perform at your prom, who would it be and what song would you want them to play? I know this answer. I don't know the song though.
Guess this.
So the answer is Queen Bee, aka Beyonce, aka Charithra Chandran's other personality.
Yeah.
And
Only personality.
What song?
It's the most popular one.
You say a lot of names at me, and I'm slightly intimidated by your knowledge of
I talk about it so
Beyonce.
much. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick the most famous one.
which is, I don't know what the most famous one is.
I'd pick Crazy in Love, I think.
Okay, yeah.
If there was only one,
Yeah.
I'd pick, it's the OG.
It's
and it's
good.
like a dance song, it's good for a
I
ball.
feel like everyone can vibe. What's on her, 'cause she's released a country album.
Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, what's your
Well done.
faves? Thank you.
Oh my God, so many. I love Daughter,
Okay.
Tyrant, Yeah Yeah, Bodyguard. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm loving the fashion that's coming from it. I feel like an interviewer who's like underprepared and doesn't know what they're talking about.
Oh, sweet. Okay, what would you do?
My music performer. Honestly, if Maisie Peters wasn't in the film, and
I
they were
think
like,
I would have said
you could
Maisie
pick
Peters for you.
anyone to be in the
Yeah.
film, I would have chosen Maisie
Yeah.
Peters. My parents, for their, I think it was their 40th birthday, hired a George Michael impersonator. And for the first like 15 minutes, he was so good that like quite a lot of the people who were a bit drunk were convinced that George Michael was performing at my parents' 40th
That is amazing.
in Oxford. So I feel like I'd love to see George Michael, more like any like that era of like Elton John, Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, basically Live Aid. Like, what a lineup.
Okay, in the film, Amelia's dad gives her some great advice. But what's the best advice you've ever been given, and by whom?
If you think about how much you think about yourself, that's how much everyone else is thinking about themselves. And therefore, no one actually really cares about you. It's like, it sounds like a nasty thing to say, but it's unbelievably liberating to think that like,
totally agree.
no one actually really cares about you.
I agree. Not even my own mother. No, I'm joking.
No!
No, my mum's obsessed with me.
She is, it's true. Also, like, people are gonna love or hate you regardless. There's a line, look, Charithra pulls out some bangers, but this is like the closest to like a intellectual reference that I've got. But there's a poem called If, which I love, and there's a line in it which is, if you could meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. And I think in the world of like social media and people loving you and hating you, it's like people can say, I love you so much, you're amazing. And people can say, I hate you so much, you're the worst thing ever. And actually realizing that like those things will always be true. There'll always be people that think that. And so you might as well live authentically to yourself.
Agreed.
Which again, I'm gonna say is like advice I was given and I'm still trying to.
Yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah, how about you?
Similarly, I watched like a TikTok video and...
I like that, saying it's a TikTok video.
Yeah,
Because I'll say like, I read an article and everyone knows it was a TikTok.
Listen,
I read on the
Financial
TikTok the other
Times,
day.
yeah. Have you ever left conversations and you've gone, oh my God, I think they hate me. I think that they find me so annoying. Most conversations,
being a human.
Right. And this guy was saying, you know how rude it is for you to think that of them? You are saying that they're the kind of person to presume people are awful from normal interactions.
I presume most people are awful, to be fair.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Not me though.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking, and you're right.
It's like,
because you never leave a conversation thinking, you rarely leave a conversation thinking other people are awful.
Other people are awful. So give them grace. Be kind to that person and
Yeah.
presume that they're not mean and they're not assuming the worst of you.
I remember someone saying, if someone's talking about you, it's not your business. Like, it's not your business.
It's not.
That's quite,
It's true.
it's a fun way to think about it.
Other people's opinions are not my business.
I kind of want it to be my business. I make it my
I'm
business.
so nosy.
I
oh my God,
make it my
I'm
business.
so nosy. Yeah, it's hard.
I'm like, so guys, what do we think? What do we think of that Sebastian guy? Yeah, bit of a no. I've heard good things on the grapevine. Yeah, we all like it. Yeah. My final question. Oh my God, ask me anything. Now this is your time to ask me something you are dying to know my answer to. It can be absolutely anything.
This is so much power. Oh my God.
I'm gonna start thinking about what I'm gonna ask you.
How mean do I go?
Go for it.
Who's your least favorite co-star?
Oh.
Now me.
My-
Now it's me. No.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Oh really? I can ask you a different question.
No, I'm gonna try it, because why the hell not? Why not get cancelled on a Wednesday morning? Do you know what I mean?
On the eve of a big career high. Let's just completely tank it.
My least favourite co-star. The honest answer is I've never worked with anyone difficult. Like, I don't actually think there's anyone I've worked with who I wouldn't love to work with again.
Didn't you do a thing with your dad? You could say your dad, it's covered.
Oh my God. I forced my dad to be in Horrible Histories, the movie.
So
like,
good.
aggressively forced.
So good.
He actually said no, and then like there was a knock at the door and they were like, the costume's ready. He was like, I think Bash's on set. They were like, no, for you. He was fuming. But it's funny. Do it for the bit, do you know what I mean? So my least favourite co-star is, I've just finished working with her, and it's Julianne Nicholson. And here's why. Wait, hear me out. She is so unbelievably good at what she does.
She's so talented.
Like, there's actors where you rehearse and you find it and then they get it and it's like magic. She, like, even at the table reads, is just magic, and she's so nice to everyone, and she doesn't have to be, and she's so generous, and like, we did some really difficult scenes together and she was so just there for the work. She set such a high bar that I was like, You've ruined
everything.
Because like, also, if you're that talented, that successful, that well respected, and you're still that nice and like lovely, and like she still sends me messages checking in.
That's so good to hear.
Like,
oh my God.
she just sets an unrealistic expectation for everyone else. And that is why Julianne Nicholson is my least favourite co-star.
Phenomenal answer, Bash. Well done.
Thank
well
you.
Done. Phenomenal answer.
Who's your least favourite co-star? No, I want to ask you, because Charithra Chandran has the most incredible brain, and I feel like this is a good opportunity on behalf of really the world to ask our final question. If you could change one thing about today's world in terms of the way we live our lives, if you could change one thing, what would it be?
I think that's a brilliant answer.
Question.
Question, yes, reading question. So not something like climate change or
Not like climate change or
like day-to-day life.
World hunger, or like things that obviously if anyone had the power to do.
No, yeah. If it was a big thing, I would say like reduce the temperature of the earth by 3 degrees. No, that would be too much, we'd all freeze. That would actually destroy our planet.
I don't know, I'd be like, let's do 3. Why don't we 5?
Yeah, but day-to-day life, I think the number one thing, it's like a simple thing, but I think that it would help with so many of our societal problems. So I would want everyone to practice yoga every single day. So my uncle is a yogi and he practices in the morning and in the afternoon.
Wow.
And it's a physical thing, it's a mental thing. If it's a day-to-day routine thing that I would change, I would make teaching yoga at schools compulsory and the practice of it.
Wow.
If I wasn't doing something like changing the tax system and changing the welfare state, like those big things.
Yeah.
You know.
And that actually feels like, now you said that, I'm gonna buy a yoga mat and never do any yoga.
Like if I could only change one thing,
yeah.
I think this would have like maximal impact.
I love that.
For a small change.
I love that. So you heard it here first. Start yoga and stream How to Date Billy Walsh on April 5th.
Prime Video everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Prime Video everywhere.
I've been Sebastian Croft.
And I've been Charithra Chandran.
And we have been doing PopBuzz's Pop Buzzing Quiz. If you like this and you want more, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell and all the other things.
And comment. Is that what they say? Comment? Like, comment,
yeah,
subscribe.
like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe.
And stream How to Date Billy Walsh on the 5th of April.
She's on it.